Hey, good morning, everybody. Sarasota Tim. Cup number 2, and I am feeling good now. Man, this Barris coffee. Thank you, Miss Deb, and for the cup. It's so good, so good. Where do I begin this morning? Well, I'll tell you where I began. Right there. And while I have reservations about copyright, I am going to contact the author of the book and see about reading excerpts. I've also studied that it's totally not a problem reading from the King James Version Bible, and it's totally not a problem reading small amounts, as long as you don't copy and paste the entire book online. I think 500 words or under, you're more than safe on any kind of copyright. But what I gleaned this morning, I'll just tell you in a paraphrase before I talk about what else I want to talk about. So those of you that are, made comments about you're not into the religion thing or whatever, and want me to make a title saying, warning, we're going to talk about God now. We're going to talk about God now, but just for a moment. And what I read this morning was, I'm debating on what I want to do this week. I want to take the crusher and the crasher, and I want to go off. I want to take a practice run prior to my big travel that's in my future. But what I read this morning was, and I'm paraphrased right here, because this has got to do with what I'm going to be doing on my channel. It says that, you want to prepare for your day, right? And you're looking out that everything is you've got before you. And you want to know exactly what everything is going to be and what it contains. And you want a good roadmap. You'd like to see a map showing you everything that you got to do, right? You'd like to have that. You'd feel more prepared, it talks about, if you had that. To somehow visualize, what's ahead of you. Like if you had a crystal ball, right? But it says, however, there's a better way. And the better way is, it says right here, to encounter your daily stuff is, he's not going to show you the road. He's not going to show you, he's not going to just lay it out. He says, but I will thoroughly equip you in your journey. And by being in his presence, his living presence, each step of the way, all day, you can tell I'm not reading this, right? But I'm giving you what it says, and it's almost done. But each step of the way, if you have him with you each step of the day, and as a companion, and stay continually in communication, whispering his name is all you'll need to redirect your thoughts. So you can walk through the day with your focus on him and abiding presence. But anyway, it really gets down to what I've always said, seek me first and all these things shall come to you. So I have a lot of things that are sort of disconcerting in the last 24 hours. One is, hang on, pull you up a little bit. I had an internet issue. If I make a video and I'm out in the field and I'm down there in Jacksonville, I leave the gym, I'm going around, and I drive back to where I live, the cell towers are LTE. They're not 5G. I've uploaded videos anywhere near my gym there at LA Fitness, anywhere in Jacksonville, just like West Palm, and that visible wireless 5G towers, boom, lightning fast. I can upload, 4K HD videos with no problem. But if I just get in my truck and leave like I did yesterday and come back here, and I just didn't want to go back into town because I had other things I was trying to do, I'm preparing for a trip. If I splice a lot of different segments together, like that video I posted last night, it had me driving in the morning, and then I was at Dick's, and I was leaving the gym. And when I put them all together, there's something about that when you use iMovie and you edit the video, that those clips together, somehow or another, it struggles to upload as quick as like just one take. like right now, this is just one take. I'm not going to pause the video and add another clip. What you're going to watch here is going to be one take. And that generally works fine. Now I have lowered it to 720, but I'm going to go back to 1080p. I don't think there's much difference that you've even said between that and the 4K. Maybe if you're watching it on TV that's 4K, you can see, but 1080 is pretty good. HD is pretty good. But anyway, I wanted to talk about yesterday when I was in Dick's. I met this lady. She's from Japan. She's 69 years old. Her name is Mai, like Mai Tai, she told me. She goes to my gym, and she collected her Social Security at 65 because she didn't know she could get it at 62. She said, I would have absolutely took it at 62, because when she took it at 65, I said, oh, did you wait because, you know, you were waiting to get your Medicare so you could get insurance? She says, no, I just, you know, I was busy working in the yard, she said. Like, she was very preoccupied. She's a very interesting person. I want to interview her. Anyway, she also has the Advantage plan. She was buying some shoes. She got 2 pair. She says, if I don't spend it, I lose it. They give her, on her Medicare Advantage plan with Aetna, she doesn't get the cash back every month like I get put back in my Social Security. She gets $1,000 a year to spend on, you know, it worked on shoes. I guess it has to do with something related to health, or something that helps you, you know, create better health, you know, like running or, you know, going to the gym. So she bought herself a couple of nice pairs of shoes. And she's been on that for a couple of years because she's 69. And what else? She had so much in common. She kept talking about, nobody's promised tomorrow, and she's kind of saying everything like I talk about on my channel here. And she's like-minded. This woman is quoting everything that I say. And I said, I have to interview you, Mai. And she was being a little self-conscious about her appearance that day. You know, her hair wasn't the way she wanted it. She wants to get dolled up a little bit, I guess. So we got her. She took my email, and she's going to contact me. I'll probably see her at the gym. And I want you guys to meet this nice lady. And she's 69, and she is running circles around the building. She is very high energy. Probably eats very well. She's not overweight at all. And but really a positive attitude, very upbeat. I enjoyed talking to her. So anyway, there's that. Then let's move on, because I want to make the video and get it uploaded. And I want to get busy this morning. I want to hook up the camper, start stowing everything away that's going to topple over, you know, or fall out of a cabinet or something like that. Put them down on the floor in some boxes, in the sinks, and, you know, whatever I do, I prepare. I learned I got to turn my refrigerator off. It's not good to tow with the refrigerator on. 12-volt propane or electric. So I'm turning that off. It should stay plenty cold until I get to my first stop. Because if they're uneven, it can cause problems with these refrigerators. I don't want any problems with my refrigerator. I don't want any problems. And hang on. I got some new outfits. Here's my new shoes. There's my white ones and the black ones. I've been wanting white tennis shoes for months. And every time I get them, I go, oh, they're going to get dirty. I can't do this. But I finally bit the bullet, and I got some black ones. And I got both of these for what one expensive pair cost at Dick's. So, you know, they look nice. And then the boots that I talk about that I bought for winter, the 511s, are these that I wear with my my tactical pants that I bought. Something rugged. If I go hike trails now or wherever I go in my travels, those should last me for years. They're 511, and they're not real thick insulated or anything. I can wear them in the summer, year round. In fact, yesterday my feet were a little bit cold in them because they're not insulated. So I have that. And then with these jogging pants suits that I bought for casual wear here in the camper, I even slept in these last night just because I didn't want to run the furnace. I'm not using my propane anymore. I use it to heat my hot water. And then right now I actually have it on the electric hot water heater for the first time. So I'm going to find out what my electric bill is going to be. And that little space heater, this thing right here, this thing will run you out of here. It has 2 speeds on it. You don't hear it running, right? You see the light on? It cycles off and on thermostatically. I have a second one, but the heating element will cycle off, but the fan will continually run. And so I just like this one. And I close the bedroom barn door, they call it, that slider. And the weather that comes in from those slides, these slides here, air comes right in when you have a slide. I thought, man, this thing's not very well insulated. But at the same time, everything's very comfortable in here. In fact, if I turn my fireplace on, it gives me my temperature when I turn it on. 64 degrees in here. 64 degrees wearing, you know, having drank hot coffee and these sweats on and my winter socks that I have on, these insulated socks, and I'm all hyped up. I'm more than comfortable, more than comfortable. So the downside is when you boondock. Boondocking means you're out away from sewer, electric, and water. You're just self-contained, which is what this baby can do. But you don't have electricity. I have solar and batteries, and I have an inverter which actually converts a couple of 3 of my plugs in here, my plug-in electrical outlet, just like it's electricity through the inverter. Don't ask me how it works. Takes battery and turns it into electricity, like a plug-in kind. But there's a limit to, you know, what you can plug in. So if I get if I'm out there in Walmart parking lot or Cracker Barrel or Bass Pro Shop or Buc-ee's or a truck stop and I need electricity, I got the answer. You remember the Blue Eddy? You remember this? This just cycled on. You remember this beautiful baby here? Does God not know my needs? 2,500 watts with a 30 amp plug on here. I can literally plug that space heater in. I can plug my 30 amp plug to this RV into it. I can put it right outside next to my doorstep, run that long 30 amp cable I got, plug it right into that. I could run this air conditioning. I mean, it wouldn't last very long, but I can run everything in this camper. And that's not all. I have a second one, the Vito Man that they sent me that I did a review on. That's awesome. 1,500 watts. So they both work on solar. I've got 350 watts of solar, portable solar panels that I can charge this battery, portable power station up. If I use electricity, if I'm somewhere where I can mooch off somebody and plug it in, it fully charges from 0 to 100% in an hour. That's incredible. Back to 2,500 watts. I've only had to charge this thing a couple of times. I use it for charging my rechargeable AA and AAA batteries. I use it to charge my cell phone, and just so I don't pull electricity from the shore power here. I just use that. Now, when I go to charge that, it kind of like offsets that because I'm sucking electricity, back into it. But I was going to put it out here and let the solar panel charge it. If I have some bright sun. I just haven't done it yet. And then I also have the EBL 330 they sent me, the smaller one that has a cell phone charger on the top that I can use to power things too. So I have 3 power sources that it would take quite a while to exhaust before I got somewhere where I could charge those, or till I got somewhere where I was back on shore power. So this eliminates the generator. They can be used inside the camper. There's no noise, no oil, no gas. And God saw that. I had those sent to me, and now I still have them, and I have 3 levels, and it's just great. You know, I can sit outside now under my awning with the little EBL 330, and I've got this one that sits in here because it's 65 pounds. It's super heavy, lithium battery. It can recharge 3,000 times from 0 to full, and only lose 20% of its battery power. That's like 10 years. So I'm stoked about that. The Vitoman 1500 that I have, the Flashpoint, or Flash something it's called, it's amazing too. So I'll have all those all charged up before I leave here. I'll have those with me, and any electrical power I need, I got plug-ins. See, they're electrical plugs, and you know, using the water pump in the camper here to take a shower or to pump water, I'll make sure I put some water in my holding tank, and my batteries run the refrigerator. I don't need a shore power for that. I don't even need these things. My battery and my solar on the roof powers my refrigerator, powers my TVs, both of them. They're 12 volt. The only thing that won't work would be the furnace, because that does run on electric, and the air conditioning, and the microwave, of which I could power with this, but I don't want to drain it too quick. And I don't need to look at the furnace, and I don't need the heat from it. I do have a furnace. I said furnace, I meant fireplace. I have a furnace that does take electricity to power the blower, but my 12 volt battery system blows that and powers that. So, you know, hopefully when I'm driving the truck and that repowers my batteries, the solar on the roof, 200 watts, will recharge my batteries all the time. I've got it going on, folks. I just can't wait to get out of here and just bring you guys some video and show you what I'm doing and show you what a great life this is for some that may want to consider doing it, because it's awesome. I read a few comments yesterday that a few are trying to, you know, get themselves prepared to do something like this. And I see no turning back. I have no desire whatsoever to live in a stationary building with through that wall is another apartment, or above that ceiling is somebody stomping around in their apartment. I like that I can move mine around. I like that when I go to RV parks, I'm with like-minded people, and they're kind of the same. They respect the privacy. It's generally people my age, and I mean, there's exceptions. You can go to places where you find some inconsiderate people, barking dogs, and maybe children or whatever running around that may not be your cup of tea. I'm pretty much adaptable. I don't care. But it's super quiet where I'm at here. And I think I'm just going to maintain this place as my home base for the foreseeable future, and just go off and do what I got to do. And I have I'm a resident here of Florida. I have my address. I have everything I need. And but I've got portability. People say, oh, you know, a couple of comments were like, maybe you should just, you know, go check into the Hilton properties. Well, look, something's going on. That Hilton deal I got, I'm still on it. I'm pretty sure. That Jonathan hooked me up with. But the deals are not to be had. I even looked for tonight in Jacksonville, and there's nothing special going on. It is a Friday night, though. It is a weekend. It's crazy what the hotel rates are. I can buy a heck of a lot of gas for one night that I'm going to spend only a few hours, and they throw you out the next morning. They may give you a breakfast. But and I like the Hilton properties. I love a Hampton, especially when it was like $60 to $80. But they're wanting $150 to $300 for each night, almost anywhere I've checked. And as far as going to the RV place and parking my rig, you don't think that a lot of people in RVs are going to be showing up that want to see RVs? You don't think that some people are going to want to trade theirs in and possibly buy one? That's what they're trying to do there. It's not just for show and tell. They'll sell you one, and people are going to be tempted to buy one, just like I was when I bought this one. So there's going to be ample parking. It's at the Florida State Fairgrounds. It's a huge, huge place, and this is the largest one in the country. So there's always one more. There's always one more spot. But I've got to I've got something else to do like the day before. I am meeting 2 subscribers for sure. We're going to go out and share a meal together. We're going to hang out together. We're going to watch. We're going to look at RVs together. I'm sure they'll probably want to go on my channel. I know that Chip will, because he's got his own channel. And it won't hurt to promote him. He's a super guy. He just had knee surgery done. Shout out to him that he's doing well, because he wanted to really recuperate as quick as possible for this show. He's flying in from up north in the snow. He can't wait to get to Florida. And he's got his knee up, and he's doing everything he can to get that leg right back, that knee or whatever he had done, right back to brand new condition, so he can get around there and look at all them RVs. So, and then I'm going to meet another subscriber and his wife, and I'll probably run into some others. Just like I ran into a guy at Dick's yesterday that said, you know, I didn't know if I should come into Dick's today. And I did. And he saw me and he was like, so glad he did. He shook my hand. He said, I watch you every day. And it's been a while. I used to get, when the Social Security videos were really, really being pumped out in the algorithm there, and I got millions of views, it seemed like I couldn't go anywhere. Even in Maggie Valley, North Carolina, someone saw me. So it's been a little bit, you know, since people are like, hey, Sarasota Tim. But I've got people watching, and that's cool. And together, we're going to grow this channel even bigger. We're going to bring positivity. We're going to bring excitement. We're going to bring God into it. We're going to bring everything, and we're just going to crush it.